Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 7, it says, "Even the stork in the sky knows her seasons, and the turtle dove and the swift and the thrush observe the time of their migration. But my people do not know the ordinance of the Lord." Here, Jeremiah is bringing out how unnatural it was that God's people didn't know the ordinance of the Lord. He said that, at least the stork knows, the stork in the sky knows her seasons. And Jeremiah would have witnessed the stork going down into, going south to Africa in autumn, and then going up north into Europe and Asia in the spring. And he would have recognized the fact that the stork knows where to go and what direction to take with the changing of the seasons. And as natural as that is for a stork to intuitively know what direction to take based on what season it is, so it should be natural that God's people would know his ordinances and know which direction to take in their lives. But here Jeremiah laments the fact that, or God through Jeremiah is lamenting the fact that the people did not know the ordinance of the Lord. And this isn't the only time the people are rebuked for even falling short of what animals do. If you remember in Isaiah chapter 1, we read about in verse 3, "An ox knows its owner, and a donkey its master's manger. But Israel does not know, my people do not understand." And so Isaiah also brings out this idea that the animals are better off than you are. They act more sensible than you do. That sort of thing. And here we have it with the birds. And so it just shows just how unnatural it is for God's people not to know the ordinance of the Lord. And what that should do for us is encourage us to know the ordinance of the Lord. It ought to be that we are encouraged to say, you know what? Just as the stork knows intuitively, and that intuition comes from the Lord himself, just as they know intuitively what direction to take and what time to take that direction, so should I, as I take in God's word. If I'm truly called one of God's people, it ought to be that I'm connected to God and I have knowledge of the will of God. He's revealed to me his word that I can read and that I can research and I can study and that I can take in and assimilate and receive through the word somewhat of an intuition of what I should do, what decisions I should take throughout the day, what places I should go, what places I should not go. When is it the season for certain types of activities, and when is it not the season for other types of activities? And God's word informs us in those things. And so that's why it's so important in what we do in this group, and that is to daily contact God through his word, and to do a daily reading every day, to just continually coming back to God's word, continually going back to God's word, and just getting it hammered into our heads, getting it hammered into our hearts, so that it can guide us and direct us, even intuitively, to do the right things and to go in the right direction and to know the times and the seasons in which we ought to do certain things. And so let's be encouraged by this. Let's be sensible like the stork. Let's be sensible in knowing the ordinances of God, the laws of God, and being able to respond to what God has revealed to us, and to allow that to be manifested in our actions, in our thoughts, and in our words, and let that be our guide through the rest of our days. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.